Amanda was 35, a single mother raising her 10-year-old twins, Jeff and Emma. 2 years had passed since her divorce, and though the wounds had begun to close, the weight of responsibility never really lifted. Working long 12-hour shifts as a pediatric nurse left her exhausted most nights. Moving back into her parents' home had seemed like a blessing, a chance to save money and give her children stability. But beneath the roof that once promised comfort, old family tensions quietly returned. Her parents meant well, but history had a way of repeating itself. Before we go deeper, where are you watching from today? Kindly hit like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more. When Amanda's marriage to David ended after 12 years, the divorce shook the foundation of her life. David, a software engineer, had been the primary earner while she balanced part-time work and motherhood. Suddenly, she had shared custody, minimal alimony, and the heavy task of rebuilding from scratch. Her parents, Martha and Richard, stepped in. "Just until you get back on your feet," her father said, patting her shoulder. Amanda was grateful, though she knew living together again would test them all. Growing up, Amanda had been the dependable one, the child who followed every rule, who earned good grades and never caused trouble. Her younger brother, Stephen, was different. He was their parents' golden boy, impulsive but adored. When he dropped out of college and asked for help starting a tech company, her parents funded it without hesitation. Now, at 32, Stephen was making 6 figures, and the favoritism was still obvious. Amanda tried to ignore it. Her twins were her world. Jeff, quiet and creative, and Emma, bold and outspoken. Together they gave her purpose. Life with her parents started peacefully enough. Martha turned the home office into a bedroom for the twins, and Amanda took the guest room. She paid for groceries, cooked most meals, and ensured her kids followed house rules. Her long hospital shifts meant her parents often handled school pickups and drop-offs. "We're happy to help," her mother would say, though her tone sometimes hinted otherwise. Still, Amanda worked hard to make the arrangement feel temporary. She saved diligently, marking progress on a chart taped inside her bathroom cabinet, a quiet reminder of hope. Things began to shift the moment Stephen and his wife Melissa had their baby, a boy named Ethan. Amanda expected her parents to be excited. He was their first grandson after all, but the change in atmosphere was startling. Overnight, Jeff and Emma seemed to fade into the background. The dining room was converted into a nursery even though Stephen and Melissa lived across town. "Your brother needs help," her mother insisted. "He's new to parenting." The irony stung. Amanda had been a single mother for 2 years, yet no one had ever called that needing help. At first, Amanda told herself it was just excitement over a new baby. "It's normal," she whispered one night while folding laundry. "They'll settle soon." But the signs grew clearer. At Christmas, Ethan received piles of gifts: an electric toy car, a designer baby jacket, and a silver keepsake box engraved with his name. Jeff and Emma got sweaters and books. When Amanda mentioned it later, her mother waved her off. "You're reading too much into it." But Amanda saw her children's faces, those quiet looks of confusion no mother could ignore. Amanda started making special moments just for her and the twins. On her days off, she took Jeff and Emma to the park or baked cookies together at night. "We'll have our own place by Christmas," she told them, showing their savings chart taped on the bathroom wall. The twins would add stickers for each milestone reached. They giggled, hopeful. But by summer, things grew tense again. Martha and Richard began criticizing Amanda's parenting. "You let them stay up too late," her mother scolded. "They eat too much junk," her father added. Yet, Stephen's late nights and Melissa's messes were never mentioned. Amanda walked on eggshells, determined to keep the peace. She needed her parents' help, childcare, roof and all. The plan was simple: save enough for a deposit, move out quietly, and never look back. But then, one warm September evening, everything shifted again. Stephen called a family meeting. Amanda sat at the kitchen table beside her children, who were coloring quietly. Stephen smiled proudly. "Melissa and I are starting that renovation we talked about," he announced. Her parents' faces lit up. "You can stay here while it's being done," Richard said instantly. Amanda froze. "Dad, there's barely room for us already." "Family helps family," Martha replied sharply. The following week, Stephen and Melissa moved in, with baby Ethan and piles of boxes. Amanda watched in disbelief as her father helped Stephen assemble a crib in the upstairs room that once belonged to Jeff and Emma. "Where are the twins supposed to sleep?" she asked. "We'll make it work," her mother said. Amanda ended up sharing her small guest room with both children. It was crowded but manageable at first. Soon even that peace vanished. Jeff's drawings were called clutter. Emma's jump rope was too noisy. The television now played only Melissa's shows, and the twins' laughter was constantly shushed. One evening after a long hospital shift, Amanda found Emma sitting alone on the back porch, her face streaked with tears. "What's wrong, honey?" Amanda asked gently. "Grandma said I was too loud counting my jumps," Emma sniffled. But Ethan was screaming inside, and she didn't care. Amanda hugged her tight, feeling anger rise in her chest. A few days later, Jeff came home excited. His art project had been chosen for a district show. When he ran to show Martha, she waved him off. "Not now, Jeff. I'm helping Melissa pick curtains." Amanda saw her son's joy vanish, replaced by quiet hurt. That night, she lay awake, realizing something had to change. That night, after the twins were asleep, Amanda approached her parents calmly. "I appreciate everything you've done for us," she began, "but Jeff and Emma are feeling left out. They deserve to feel seen." Her father frowned. "They're being oversensitive. Babies need more attention." Amanda clenched her jaw. "Dad, they're 10 years old. They just need kindness." Martha crossed her arms. "You always think we're against you. Maybe you're just jealous of your brother again." The words landed like knives. Amanda realized nothing she said would matter. They had already chosen sides. As weeks passed, Melissa became bolder. She rearranged the kitchen, criticized Amanda's grocery choices, and left laundry in the washer for days. Stephen invited friends over for loud watch parties while Amanda tried to sleep before early shifts. "We're all family here," he would joke, offering no apology. Amanda began eating meals with her children in their small room, just to avoid conflict. One evening, she overheard her father telling Stephen, "Stay as long as you need. This is your home." The same man who reminded her daily that her stay was temporary. Amanda stared at the ceiling that night, tears burning her eyes. The tension peaked during a Sunday dinner in early October. The table overflowed with Stephen's favorite dishes: roast lamb, buttery rolls, and Martha's famous apple pie. Jeff frowned. He hated lamb. When he asked gently if there was anything else, Martha snapped, "You should be grateful for what's on your plate." Later, Ethan threw his mashed peas across the room, and everyone laughed. "He's just exploring," Melissa said sweetly. Jeff leaned toward his mother and whispered, "How come Ethan can make a mess, but I can't even ask a question?" Amanda had no answer, only a tightening in her chest that refused to go away. The following week, Amanda noticed that Jeff and Emma's artwork had been removed from the refrigerator. In its place were Ethan's photos and daycare schedules. "I needed space for important things," Melissa explained, smiling without apology. From that moment, the twins avoided the living room completely. Amanda began taking them to the public library after school. "It's quiet there," she told them. But deep down she just wanted them to breathe freely. Her coworker Nancy noticed the exhaustion in Amanda's eyes. "Everything okay at home?" she asked one evening. When Amanda poured out her story, Nancy said softly, "That's not help, Amanda. That's control." Nancy's words echoed in Amanda's mind all night. Control. That was exactly what it was. The next morning, Amanda drove around after work instead of heading straight home. She called a realtor friend. "I need a place for me and my kids," she said. "Something small but safe." Within a week, she was touring rentals during her lunch breaks. She didn't tell anyone. Not even Jeff and Emma. They had endured too many false hopes. By mid-October, she had found a cozy 3-bedroom house 10 minutes from the hospital. The lease would start November 1st. Finally, there was light at the end of the tunnel. But just as Amanda started to feel hopeful, things grew worse. One evening, she overheard Stephen telling her father, "The contractor says the renovations will take longer, maybe 3 more months." Her father nodded. "Stay through the holidays. You're always welcome." Amanda nearly laughed at the hypocrisy. She'd been told every week that her stay was temporary. That night she took the twins out for ice cream. "No matter what happens," she told them, "you both are amazing and loved." Emma, ever observant, asked, "Are we moving soon, Mom?" Amanda smiled softly. "Maybe," she said. "Just keep believing in me a little longer." The next week, Amanda's phone buzzed at work. Dozens of missed messages from Jeff and Emma. "Grandpa and Uncle Stephen are moving our stuff," one read. "Grandma says we have to sleep in the basement," another said. Amanda's stomach dropped. She tried calling home, no answer. She begged her supervisor for early leave, explaining it was a family emergency. When she finally got home, she found the twins crying in the living room. "They said we don't deserve the good rooms," Emma sobbed. Amanda's hand shook as she asked, "Where's Grandpa?" "In the kitchen," Jeff whispered. Amanda marched there, fury boiling just below her calm tone. "What's going on?" she demanded. Martha barely looked up from her tea. "We just made some adjustments," she said. Melissa added cheerfully, "Ethan needs a nursery and I need a workspace. The basement is fine for older kids." Amanda's voice hardened. "That basement has mold, no proper heat, and one small window that doesn't open. My son has asthma." Her mother sighed. "Stop being dramatic. It's only temporary." Amanda turned toward her father. "You think this is okay?" He shrugged. "They should be grateful they have a place at all." It hit her then. Her parents didn't see her as family anymore, just a burden tolerated out of duty. Amanda took a deep breath and went to the twins. "Pack your bags," she said softly. They looked up, confused. "We're leaving," she added firmly. Her father followed her into the hall. "Don't be ridiculous, Amanda. You can't just walk out." She met his gaze. "Watch me." The children packed quietly, Emma clutching her clarinet and Jeff tucking his sketchbook into his bag. "We're ready, Mom," Emma whispered. Amanda smiled through tears. "Good. Let's go." Her father shouted after them, "If you leave, don't expect to come back." Amanda paused at the door, turned and said quietly, "I stopped expecting that a long time ago." They drove in silence for several minutes, the night air heavy with emotion. "Where are we going, Mom?" Jeff asked softly. "To a friend's house for now," Amanda replied. Nancy offered her guest room. Emma looked out the window. "Is it because of what Grandma said?" Amanda gripped the wheel. "It's because we deserve to live where we're respected," she answered. When they reached Nancy's home, the porch light was on, and the smell of fresh cookies filled the air. Nancy hugged Amanda tightly. "You did the right thing," she said. That night, as Jeff and Emma slept peacefully, Amanda finally exhaled, free for the first time in years. The following morning, Amanda woke up early in Nancy's guest room. Jeff and Emma were still asleep, their faces peaceful for the first time in weeks. Amanda brewed coffee in the small kitchen, her mind spinning with everything she needed to do next. Collect their belongings, finalize utilities for the new house, and find the strength to face her parents again. Nancy joined her quietly. "You're not alone, Amanda," she said, resting a hand on her shoulder. "Take the kids with you today. They should see you standing strong." Amanda nodded, determination replacing fear. "You're right," she whispered. "They need to see we're doing this together." At 10 a.m., Amanda pulled into her parents' driveway. Richard opened the door with a stiff expression. "So, you've come to apologize," he said flatly. "No," Amanda replied, her voice calm. "We've come to collect our things." Her father stepped aside reluctantly, muttering under his breath, Inside, Martha sat on the couch, red-eyed and weary. "You've hurt this family," she said softly. "I'm sorry you feel that way," Amanda replied. "But I need to protect my children." Jeff and Emma walked upstairs, quietly packing their clothes and favorite toys. Amanda stayed downstairs, refusing to be drawn into another argument. When Amanda came upstairs to help the twins, she found Jeff carefully wrapping his books and art supplies while Emma folded her clothes neatly into a suitcase. "We're almost done, Mom," Emma said proudly. Amanda smiled and hugged them both. "You're my brave ones," she whispered. Downstairs, her father called out, "Where exactly are you going?" "A friend's for now," Amanda answered. "Our new house is ready next week." His eyebrows rose. "You can afford rent on a nurse's salary." Amanda finally turned to face him fully. "I make $65,000 a year, Dad. I've saved carefully for 2 years. We'll be just fine." Her father blinked, clearly surprised. "I didn't realize you made that much," he said. "You never asked," Amanda replied simply. Martha joined in, wringing her hands. "The rental market is awful, dear. Are you sure this is wise?" Amanda exhaled slowly. "I'm sure. I've planned every step." They made several trips to load bags into the car. Each time Amanda walked through the house, she noticed traces of the favoritism that had defined her childhood. Stephen's trophies on display, framed photos of Ethan on every shelf, but not one picture of her children. It stung, but it also fueled her resolve. As they prepared to leave, Martha followed Amanda to the door. "I don't understand why you're doing this. We're family." Amanda paused, looking her mother squarely in the eyes. "Yes, and that's why it hurts so much. Family should make you feel loved, not small." Richard stepped forward, arms crossed. "You're letting pride ruin your children's stability." Amanda shook her head. "No, I'm finally giving them real stability." Jeff and Emma carried their last bags to the car. Before closing the door, Amanda looked back one last time. "Goodbye, Mom. Goodbye, Dad." The silence that followed felt like both an ending and a release. For the next few days, Amanda and the twins stayed with Nancy. The house was small but warm, filled with laughter and calm. Nancy treated Jeff and Emma like her own, and Amanda finally saw her children smiling again. She used her days off to finalize paperwork for the rental, set up utilities, and confirm the move-in date. "We'll be in by Friday," she told the twins at dinner. Emma grinned. "Can we paint our rooms?" "We'll see," Amanda said with a smile. Jeff added quietly, "Can we put our drawings on the fridge again?" Amanda's heart ached. "Yes, sweetheart. As many as you want." Friday came bright and sunny. Nancy and a few co-workers helped move the boxes from Amanda's car into their new house. It was small, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, but it was theirs. The living room had big windows that let in morning light, and the kitchen smelled of fresh paint and new beginnings. "This is home," Emma said, spinning in the empty living room. Jeff nodded, placing his sketchbook on the counter. Amanda smiled through tears. "Yes, baby. It's home." They ordered pizza that night, ate on the floor surrounded by boxes, and laughed harder than they had in months. As the twins settled into their rooms, Amanda unpacked the essentials and hung a simple frame in the hallway. A photo of Jeff and Emma at the park, both smiling wide. She texted her parents just once. "We're safe and settled. I'll reach out when I'm ready to talk." Her phone buzzed all day with missed calls and guilt-laden messages, but she ignored them. That evening, she sat on the couch with a cup of tea, staring at the soft glow of the lamps. For the first time in years, the silence felt peaceful, not tense. She had done it, she had reclaimed their lives. The following Monday, Martha and Richard appeared unannounced. Amanda had just returned from dropping the twins at school. "Your Aunt Susan told us where you live," her father admitted. "We just want to talk." Amanda hesitated, then let them in. Martha looked around. "It's smaller than I expected." "It's perfect for us," Amanda replied. Richard cleared his throat. "Come home, Amanda. This has gone far enough." She shook her head. This is home now. Martha's voice trembled. The children need their grandparents. Amanda's tone softened. They need love, Mom, not judgment. When you can offer that, our door will be open. Her parents sat silently for a moment, processing her words. Finally Richard sighed. We didn't realize how it looked from your side. We were just trying to help Stephen. Amanda nodded. I know. But helping one child shouldn't mean hurting another. Martha's eyes glistened. We'll try to do better. They stayed for nearly an hour before leaving quietly. After the door closed, Amanda exhaled deeply, the weight on her chest easing. That evening, Jeff and Emma came home to the smell of spaghetti and laughter in the air. Mom, Emma said softly, I like it here. It feels peaceful. Amanda smiled. That's because it's ours. Over the next few weeks, peace slowly wrapped itself around Amanda's new life. Jeff and Emma began to thrive, sleeping better, laughing more, and rediscovering the joy of childhood. Emma practiced her clarinet freely without fear of being shushed, and Jeff's drawings covered the refrigerator just as he had hoped. Amanda worked her shifts at the hospital with renewed purpose, no longer dreading the drive home. At work, Nancy would often ask, How's the new place? Amanda would smile. It feels like freedom, she'd reply, and mean every word of it. Word of Amanda's move spread through the extended family. Many relatives reached out privately to say they had noticed the favoritism for years but never felt it was their place to interfere. Aunt Susan visited often, bringing cookies and a listening ear. I'm proud of you, she told Amanda one afternoon. You broke a cycle that's been in this family for generations. Amanda nodded, realizing how true that was. For years, she had bent over backward for approval that never came. But she wasn't doing that anymore. Now she was building a home defined by love, not comparison. In November, Amanda's dedication paid off in an unexpected way. Her supervisor called her into the office. Amanda, we'd like to promote you to charge nurse, she said. You've proven yourself as a leader. The position came with a raise and more predictable hours. Amanda accepted with tears in her eyes. That evening, she shared the news over dinner. Does that mean we'll see you more? Emma asked hopefully. Yes, Amanda said, smiling. No more overnight shifts. Jeff grinned. Can we get a dog now? Amanda laughed. Let's get settled first. For the first time, their laughter felt like music in her heart. Meanwhile, life at her parents' house began to unravel. Stephen and Melissa were struggling without Amanda's quiet support. Without her cooking, cleaning, and patience, the household tension that had once been directed at Amanda turned inward. Martha confided during a visit. Stephen and Melissa fight all the time now. They're even seeing a counselor. Amanda listened silently, resisting the urge to say, Now you understand. She didn't need revenge. Seeing her parents finally face the imbalance they had created was enough. Sometimes life teaches through absence. As winter approached, Amanda's relationship with her parents began to soften. Martha started visiting alone on quiet afternoons, bringing small gifts for the twins, books, art supplies, or baked treats. One day, as they drank tea in Amanda's kitchen, Martha said quietly, After you left, I realized how much we had taken you for granted. We didn't see how much you carried. Amanda looked at her mother and saw genuine regret. Thank you for saying that, she said softly. It means a lot. They sat in silence for a moment, two women finally understanding each other after years of distance. By early spring, Jeff and Emma were blossoming. Jeff joined an after-school art program where his teacher praised his creativity. He's got real talent, she told Amanda during a parent meeting. Emma made the advanced school band and began soccer practice twice a week. Their confidence returned, their laughter loud and free again. One night, as Amanda tucked them into bed, Emma asked, Mom, why did Grandma and Grandpa treat us differently before? Amanda took a deep breath. Sometimes people don't realize how unfair they are until it's too late, she said. But what matters is that we learned what love should really look like. In April, Amanda received surprising news. The small 3-bedroom house she had rented was up for sale. The landlord, moving out of state, offered her the first chance to buy it. Amanda hesitated, then met with a mortgage advisor. Between her promotion and savings, it was possible. "Mom, does that mean it'll be ours forever?" Jeff asked eagerly. Amanda smiled, her eyes misting. "Yes, baby. Our forever home." The day she signed the papers, she took a picture of the keys and sent it to Nancy with a message. "We did it." That night she cried, not from fear but pure gratitude. When Amanda told her parents about the house, Richard surprised her. "I can look over the inspection report for you," he offered. They sat at her kitchen table as he pointed out repairs and costs. "You've done well, Amanda," he said quietly. "Buying a house on your own is no small feat." Amanda's throat tightened. "Thank you, Dad," she said. "That means a lot." He looked at her thoughtfully. "I wasn't fair to you," he admitted. "We put Stephen on a pedestal and didn't realize what that did to you. Or your children. I'd like to do better." It wasn't a full apology, but it was a start. On moving day, the house buzzed with life. Friends, co-workers, and even her parents came to help. The twins ran around the backyard, shouting with excitement as Amanda arranged boxes. Martha brought sandwiches. Richard fixed a loose railing. By sunset, the furniture was in place, and laughter filled the rooms. "It's beautiful," Martha whispered, tears in her eyes. "You've built something wonderful here." Amanda smiled. "We built it together." As they sat on the porch watching Jeff and Emma chase fireflies, Amanda realized something profound. Sometimes you have to lose your family to truly find them again. That night, Amanda tucked her children into bed in their new rooms. Jeff clutched his sketchbook. Emma hugged her clarinet case. "Mom," Emma said sleepily, "I like our house. It feels like we can breathe here." Amanda kissed her forehead. "That's because it's filled with love." She turned off the lights and stood quietly in the doorway, tears of peace in her eyes. 2 years ago she was broken and uncertain. Now she was whole, strong, free, and surrounded by the laughter of the 2 souls who mattered most. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do, she thought, is pack your bags and start again.